So just check your feet. And if they're on the floor, make sure they're in a parallel position with or a little cushion underneath your feet. So your lower leg is parallel to the upper leg. Make sure your legs are in a nice cross-legged position, otherwise just comfortable. And the pelvic bowl is sort of not tipped either too far forward or too far back, so make sure your sacrum is upright. Shoulders are over the hips. And the hands in meditation mudra. So just imagine you have a string of pearls made of light stretching from your coccyx all the way up through the crown of your head, and somebody is lengthening your spine. So just allow all the busyness and the worries, the happiness, the excitement of today, just let it melt away as you lengthen. And your head is slightly tipped forward, the eyes are down, looking at a spot about 2 inches ahead of you if they were open. It's probably better if they're closed. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Head slightly tipped forward. If your chin is up, it creates agitation in the mind. If you're too far forward, you're going to be getting ready for bed. And mind will become dull. So let's just go to the crown of the head and relax the scalp, the forehead and the eyes, the cheeks. And relax your nose, the mouth, and the ears, the temples, and the back of the head. Relax the neck, the shoulders. And if you have any tension in the back, in your spine, in the muscles in the back, the lower back, just imagine in your mind that tension releasing. Then relax your throat, the chest, and the belly, the arms, the hands, the fingers, the legs, the feet and the toes. And let's just bring the mind to the breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. So if you have any external noises around you, maybe dogs, children, try not to have your mind run off and investigate or have any opinions about what you're hearing. Just allow the sounds to be there. Keep the mind steady. If you have any thoughts rising and falling, just be aware of them. Try not to follow them. As we do our motivation, just think. I'm here this evening. We're doing this practice of Vajrasattva. So we can take a look at just to continue to remind ourselves that there's nothing that we have done that cannot be purified. We're going to pull out all our negative seeds before they ripen so we can be a benefit to others. So we're doing this practice in the context of the 4 opponent prowls. So just the first of these is regret. So we sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you've done to harm any sentient being today. So maybe something happened today, yesterday. And you can think of specific actions of your body and your speech. And remembering the reason to regret is based on the logic of karma. This is the suffering that we're experiencing right now is due to something that we maybe have done in the past. And it's unpleasant, it's uncomfortable. Obstacles create problems. So we don't want to invite any more in. So it's for this reason We want to pull out these karmic seeds before they ripen into suffering. So we just regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech. So if you have the Pratamoksha, Bodhisattva, Tantric vows, and if they've been broken or degenerated, just regret from the depths of my heart. Me, I have my nun's vows, and also regret the anger and the attachment and all the rest of these delusions that are the cause of why we harm others, and just think, oh, I'm really sick of this suffering. So then we think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So this is where we come to the power of reliance. And so we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor who has the methods we can use to purify. And we're not looking for the Buddha to forgive us. We're using his methods. So in this case, we have Vajrasattva. And you visualize Vajrasattva above the crown of your head, about 2 inches above the crown of your head. And he's your guru, manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. And you can imagine he's made of this blissful, radiant white light. You're sitting in a cross-legged position on a lotus. He's got this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes, he has these lotus-like eyes, and they're long and peaceful, full of love and compassion for us. He has this sweet red mouth, and his hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra representing the indestructibility of compassion. Their being crossed represents the union of these two. So you can imagine this image is blissful, radiant light. Imagine this powerful, enlightened being upon the crown of your head who has these methods we can use to heal us. So the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So just this one little section on compassion. We try, in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So in this case, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. And so think in particular of anybody you may have harmed recently and in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And remember now those people who have harmed you. So you have compassion for them because they will suffer as a result of the harm that they've done to you. And just make the strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings. I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy. And so this is the actual medicine, the doing of the practice. And we first of all do the purification of the body. So you can imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately, there he is. So imagine this is on the crown of your head, this image here, but not two-dimensional. It's made of blissful, radiant light. So Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends this powerful white nectar, like quite forcefully, from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pouring into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you and forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you feel completely purified as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dure Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dura Mebowa, Sutokaya Mebowa, Supokaya Mebowa, Anarakta Mebowa, Sawastidi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dura Mebowa, Sutokaya Mebowa, Supokaya Mebowa, Anarakta Mebowa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Duda Mebowa, Sutokaya Mebowa, Supokaya Mebowa, Anarakta Mebowa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dira Mebowa, Sutokaya Mebowa, Supokaya Mebowa, Anarakta Mebowa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Mebowa, Sutokaya Mebowa, Supokaya Mebowa, Anarakta Mebowa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything other than be of benefit to others with your body from now on. Think how amazing. So next is the purification of the speech. So again, Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends this powerful nectar from his heart. And it arcs around and enters quite forcefully into the crown of your head and fills your entire body. And this time, forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And this negativity just overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and useless speech, talking badly about others behind their back. All this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa, Sutokaya Mebowa, Supokaya Mebowa, Anarakta Mebowa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dina mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sabasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So now again, feel so happy that your speech is completely purified. And just imagine that from now on, every time anybody hears your voice, they hear the sweet sounds of your voice and they will experience benefit from hearing you. How amazing. So next is the purification of the mind. And Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends these powerful beams of laser light from his heart chakra. And this arcs around and enters your crown chakra and fills your entire being. And just like as LAMA YESHE says, when you turn on a light, when you walk into a room that's dark and you turn on a light, that darkness is instantly dispelled. So you can just imagine as Guru Vajrasattva sends this light from his heart, pours into you through the crown of your head, and the minute that light touches your heart, all the delusions are completely dispelled. You're filled with light. So all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, all your attachment, your depression, your neediness, your anger, your bitterness, disappointment, anxiety, insecurities is all instantly dispelled, not one atom left. So we recite the mantra as we visualize this. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira mebowa, sutokaya mebowa, supokaya mebowa, anarakta mebowa, sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame, sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dina mebowa sutokaya mebowa supakaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dina mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dina mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dina mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dina mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of your own suffering, our own suffering, and the cause of why we harm others, are completely purified. They're gone. And just think, there is now no space in your heart for anything other than love and wisdom, compassion and kindness and bliss. How amazing. So next, we do the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. Very, very subtle imprints, but we need to sort of get rid of them because they follow us from one life to the next. So just this time, you can imagine either the 3 previous visualizations of nectar and light, or simultaneously nectar and light coming with the visualizations, or just imagine nectar and light coming if it's all too busy as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mebi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida mebowa, sutokaya mebowa, supokaya mebowa, anarakta mebowa, sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame, sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita, dida mebowa, sutokaya mebowa, supokaya mebowa, Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebowa, sutokaya mebowa, supokaya mebowa, anarakta mebowa, sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame, sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Now feel completely purified, not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So now we come to the power of resolve, the 4th of the 4 opponent powers. And this is a really crucial step, this determination to not harm again with our body, speech, and mind, or to start developing this idea that we would like to restrain ourselves a little bit. So without this determination, without this aspiration to not harm ourselves and others, we're not going to really make a commitment to want to change. So it's kind of like a beacon that guides us. This idea that, like, I really do want to make a significant difference. I do not want to suffer anymore. I do not want to keep planting these negative seeds. It's a lot to deal with. So we just very simply make a decision. So if there's something that you would like to work on, whether it's like talking about others, gossiping, or maybe it's sort of what sometimes is called the laziness of procrastination. Maybe you like to procrastinate. Or the busyness of procrastination. Maybe we think we're busy, but actually we're just procrastinating. And there's a million and one things that we do that we think are virtuous, but actually we're just kidding ourselves. we'll just think of something. Maybe we would just restrain ourselves for maybe 5 minutes. Maybe we just have 1 cup of coffee in the morning instead of 2. So just whatever we can manage, slowly, slowly, step by step, make changes. So we don't keep falling down the same hole over and over again. So this determination to not change is what gives us, this determination to restrain ourselves and to not do these negative things. This is what gives us the courage to change. So to conclude, just imagine Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wishing to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And so you just imagine my Guru's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind. These are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE used to call this union oneness. So next, Lama Zopa Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So place your mind in that emptiness, however you understand emptiness, for just a moment. So maybe you think that all phenomena are empty. They do not exist from their own side, or you can think of things as having causes and effects. All this dependent arising. Things are dependent on other things in order for things to happen or to grow or be built. You can also think that the way we perceive things, the way we see things, the way we hear things is based on the way our bodies and brains are constructed. And it might not necessarily be the way things actually are. This way we're trying to break down this concrete view we have of the world and ourselves and everybody else around us. So now, we've got a little bit of time, a minute, we'll do the 4 immeasurable thoughts. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from the closeness of attachment and the distance of hatred. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to achieve Buddhahood. May they achieve Buddhahood. I myself will cause them to achieve Buddhahood. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. Immeasurable compassion. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from the suffering and the causes of suffering. And may they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. An immeasurable joyfulness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. And let's just do 1 verse here. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay for even 1 second, and that which has been generated increase. That's okay, Mary, never mind. Let's just go to the long life prayers. That was it. We got the general gist of it. It's okay. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and special birthday wishes for His Holiness, because today I think he turned, was it 86 or something, 87? Yeah, amazing. Really, really very fortunate to have this being in the world. So the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. For Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you who uphold the subdues moral way, who serves as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjanas' victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the 3 jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And for Lama Ursula, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in the far places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. With the Geshe-la, beloved teacher leading your students towards wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. So lovely to see you all.